Hi, I'm Jessica Coonan, Hudson Estuary Resilience Specialist with New York Sea Grant, and I've joined CCE Ulster's campaign by leading a goat yoga session to help them raise money because it's a great group of people doing really amazing work in the community. So it's an honor to practice with you, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
So we'll begin in a comfortable seated position with a straight spine. Feel free to prop yourself up on some pillows or blankets if that's more comfortable. And we're going to start to bring awareness to our breath. The inhales, the exhales. Now to begin some movement, we're going to draw some gentle circles with our chin. And you might want to keep your eyes closed for this so you don't get dizzy. And then we'll switch directions. You might be hearing some creaks and pops. That's totally normal. And the next time your chin is down at your chest, pause for a moment. And then we'll begin with some shoulder rolls. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then back. And then you can bring your head back to a neutral position. And then you can switch direction, keeping a calm mind amidst chaos. And then you can let that go. Now we'll bring our arms down beside us to the ground and do a big circle sweep on the inhale, stretching our arms overhead. And then a nice slow exhale will bring our arms back down. Inhaling again on the way up and exhaling down. Oh, you might give someone a pet nearby. And then we'll plant our right arm onto the ground. And then we'll circle sweep our left arm up overhead into this side body stretch. Remembering to breathe, and then we'll switch sides. Staying focused, staying present. Now we're gonna come forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. Feel free to put some padding under your knees if you need it. And then on the inhale, we're gonna drop the belly, lifting the chin forward into cow position. Now we're going to extend our right foot back so the toes are on the ground. We're going to push through the back heel, getting a nice calf stretch. And then on the next inhale, we'll lift the foot so it's about hip height. And we're just going to hold it here. And then if you want to take it a step further, you might lift the opposite arm straight out in front. Now you can drop that front arm and then bring that back leg forward between the hands. And then we're going to bring ourselves to the upright position. We're going to use that energy to circle sweep our arms up and out, stretching towards the sky. And then we'll bring our hands to heart center, and we're going to rotate over our front leg. And if you want to take it a little deeper, you might fold at the waist and tuck your elbow on the opposite side of your knee. Exhaling, or you don't have to do that, no worries. Now we'll let that go. bring our hands back down. We will return our foot, our leg, to where it was into tabletop position. We'll do a quick cat-cow just to neutralize the spine. So now we'll extend the opposite leg behind us with the toes on the ground, pushing through the heel so you can get that nice calf stretch. Now on the next inhale, you'll lift that leg and then point and flex that foot. You can keep it here, or if you want to take it a step further and test your balance, lift the right arm, opposite arm. Return that front arm to the ground, and then send that back leg forward, whichever way you need to get there. Bring it on up between your hands, and then pausing here. And then when you feel steady, inhaling into our upright position. On the next inhale, circle sweep the arms up and overhead. Reaching towards the sky, shoulders are relaxed down the back, and then we'll bring our hands to heart center and we'll twist over that front leg. Again, you can stop here, or if you want to take it a step further, fold at the waist and hook that front elbow around the knee. You want a nice long spine here. Now you can drop your hands and bring that foot back into a tabletop position. And from here, we're going to flip our toes and head into downward facing dog. So flip the toes, press into the palms, and then lift the hips back. You might want to keep the knees pretty bent to begin with, and then once that feels complete, we're going to take baby steps and walk forward to the front of our mats. And we're gonna meet in a forward fold. Just like in our downward dog, you might want a healthy bend to your knees just so you can really release in the spine. You might wanna grab opposite elbows, maybe turn side to side a little bit. And on the next inhale, start to roll up the spine, nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Till we come to an upright position. Circle sweep the arms up, and then bring the hands to heart center. Okay, so now we're standing. Check on your friends, make sure everybody's all good. So we're gonna go through a little sequence here, linking breath to movement. Let's circle sweep the arms up overhead on the inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna fold at the waist, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the back. So you're gonna bring your hands to your shins or knees. Yep. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale all the way up with a flat back, circle sweep the arms up overhead. So if you didn't get it that first time, no problem. We're gonna do this 2 more times, linking breath to movement. Ready? Okay. Nice job, everybody. So now we're going to work on a bit of balance. So we'll start with balance on our right foot, and we're going to take our left foot behind us like a kickstand. So this might be as far as you go, or you can inhale your hands up overhead. And then if you want to test your balance, you can start to fold at the waist a little bit and lift that back foot up off the ground. Or you might want to take it a little deeper. And in that case, you hinge at the hip. Wobbling is okay. If you fall out, just come back in and then just come out whenever you're ready. Nice job. All right, so shake it out a little bit, do a little dance, and then we'll move over to the other side. So bringing your weight into your left leg, we're gonna bring the right foot behind us, inhaling the arms up overhead. And this could be good, or you can start to play with balance by hinging at the hip and lifting that back leg off the ground. Maybe bringing it a little deeper into the full expression of Warrior 3. Nice work, everyone. All right, so now we're going to return to the ground. One more time, we're going to circle sweep our arms up overhead, inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're gonna bring our hands to the ground. We're gonna send our feet back into our downward facing dog. And then we're just gonna drop our knees. And however way you need to get there, we're gonna come all the way down to our bellies. We're gonna come into Sphinx pose. So our elbows are beneath our shoulders. And you're just gonna press your weight into your forearms and feel that stretch, that extension all through the front and the back of the upper body. Just like the Sphinx in Egypt. And then we'll come out of that, we'll let that go. We'll bring our hands underneath our shoulders and we'll push back into child's pose so your knees can widen to the length of your mat. Bring your toes together and let your hips sit back into child's pose for a bit of a rest. And then we'll come up from child's pose and we're going to bring our legs forward, however way you need to get there. Into staff pose. So our legs are straight out in front of us, feet are flexed so that our whole leg is engaged, our quads, our calves. So it's like we're pushing away through our feet, and then at the same time we're gonna push straight down into the ground with our hands. And now we're gonna come into a seated forward fold. It could feel really good to bend the knees a lot at first. We're gonna inhale our arms up like we have been, and then we're going to fold at the waist into this deep forward fold. You can grab your feet. If you can't reach your feet, that's all good. Your calves or your knees even. But like I said, a nice deep bend in the knees might be nice at first. And then if you want to start to straighten your legs, you can go right ahead. And then we'll come on out of that, saying hello to any four-legged friends that might have come to say hello. Oops. Sometimes poop happens. You just gotta laugh about it and move on. All right, so we're gonna extend our right leg out in front of us, and we're gonna fold our left leg in so it's along our inner thigh. And then we'll inhale the arms up. We're gonna take a little turn at the waist so that we're over our front leg, and then fold forward. You can grab the foot or the calf or the knee. You might be able to fold a little deeper with the help of a friend. But don't overdo it. We don't want to strain ourselves. And we'll do a little counter twist over our folded leg. And then you can switch sides. So this time the left leg is extended, the right leg is folded. We'll inhale the arms out and up. We'll do that little micro twist so we're over the leg, and then we'll fold forward at the waist. It's okay if you can't grab your foot. And then we'll inhale up again. Do that little counter twist, just ever so briefly. And then we'll scooch ourselves forward on our mats if we're on one, so that we can roll back onto our backs. From here, we'll bring our knees into our chest and roll side to side, giving our low backs a little massage. And then we'll take an inhale, and on the exhale, we'll just drop our legs over to one side. Doesn't really matter which ones. Now both shoulders should be on the ground, but if you're finding that it's hard to keep your shoulder on the ground, you might want to stick some pillows underneath your legs for support. And then we'll inhale back to center. Maybe do a few rocks just to reset the spine. And then letting our legs fall over to the opposite side for this nice deep belly twist. Again, bringing in support with pillows and blankets if we need it. Your head can be facing either left or right, or looking straight up, whatever feels good for your neck. If you want to take it a little deeper, gaze out over the opposite arm. And then we'll bring our legs up. Plant the legs on the outer edges of the mat and just rock, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Just releasing anything that's built up in our low back. And then we'll come to stillness. Make any last movements that you might need before we extend into Shavasana, final resting pose. So your legs can go out in front of you, your feet can kind of fall out to the side. You want to fold your shoulders underneath you, kind of like wings. And then your arms can go out to the side, palms up if possible, and let it all go. And just relax. And then you can start to wake the body up. You can roll over to one side, push yourself up gently with care. Find a comfortable seated position, hands at heart center, to thank your fellow yogis and thank yourself for showing up today. Namaste.
Namaste. And that's yoga? That was it? That was great, Jess. Yeah. Really good.